Good morning or afternoon or evening, whatever it is for you guys. We're going over a doozy of a thing here today. We're going over Noelle in the new set that a lot of you guys have been asking about. The set that maybe you should avoid at all costs, okay? Because this thing does work, but it's a giant headache. We're talking about the Shimenawa's Reminiscent set. 2-piece here, 18% attack. That's going to give you, with Noelle's best weapon, the White Blind in the game still, about 120, 130 attacks, somewhere around there. And then on top of that, the 4-piece here, when you use an elemental skill, if you have 15 or more energy, you lose 15 energy and you get 50% normal charged in plunging attack damage for 10 seconds. So you're taking the greediest greed monster in the game, Noelle. She's a good maid, but she's a greedy girl. Energy starved all the time, doesn't even make her own particles. And you're gonna give her this set. Can it work? 100%. It can indeed work. And we're using the Electro Traveler here, which is also something that is used with a lot of Noelle main players nowadays to keep her pumped up and ready to rock and roll. So how does this work here? We'll show that off here, but before we get into that, stats are important. So let's talk about these. Do I just have something randomly thrown about her? What's your crit chance? What's your crit damage? 55 crit rate, 150 crit damage, 112 ER, so a little low there. And then obviously we were in that Geo Res Goblet. So each of those artifacts we're popping off defense percent. This one is her worst one by far. And then we have the Geo damage off piece here. A lot of crit damage, a little bit of crit rate. Attack percent should be defense percent, but you can't, win the lotto 100% of the time in Genshin Impact. Then we have a crit rate circlet with a little bit of crit damage, a little bit of energy recharge. And if you've seen these artifacts before, most of these reminiscence pieces, they're my Hu Tao reminiscence set, which is why there's HP on all of them. Okay, give me a little bit of break. It's very strong on Hu Tao. And if you take what you see here and you can save one Noelle main from trying to make these same mistakes and use this build and save one life that way, leave one like and on the video, and we'll get into it with this little showcase here. So let's talk about how we make this work. So this is going to be how you utilize this. You want to pop your E, drain your Q, but then have enough energy back for your Q. How does that happen? Well, it's very easy. It's very easy with the Electro Traveler. It's the only way to do it though, guys. So let's talk about this. So we're gonna want to get our White Blind stacks up, pop our E, pop our Q, and then get in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, okay. Where you going, bro? Where you going, bro? And then we roll, and then we roll in, and you can see, I mean, this guy takes reduced damage, I think, while that barrier's up, and we're still kind of just clobbering him. Just some big clobbers, just cutting right through him. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's drop the meteor. Let's re-put up our Zhongli shield because I don't, oh. And we're ready to rock and roll again. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. A little bit of a showcase there in this little domain here. So we're gonna do the same thing, and we're pop this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, my crystals. Oh my god. So this is why I hate this, man. That's why I hate this. If one little thing goes wrong, you lose like 5 seconds, right? You lose so much uptime on that little buff. Now you do get that elemental skill cooldown reduction, right? As you can see, we have our burst still going. We just pop our E again, we'll get the buff again for 10 seconds. And it can work pretty well if you're at Constellation 6, and you do have all these other hoops to jump through, which is why it's the most offensive set, and it does work if you're using specifically the Electro Traveler. You need the ability to put down the little Electro Talisman things and quickly swap over and then hit your E. That'll drain your energy, and then you'll instantly pick them right back up, and you'll be able to elemental burst right afterwards, which is a huge deal. And maybe you guys are gonna like this kind of stuff, like this little interaction, but definitely do not use this set if you're not using the Traveler and the Electro form. You're just gonna have a very, very bad time, and it can, like I said, lead to some very weird circumstances. Yeah, let the guy jump first before they boom, bam, good to go. Because those generations of the talismans is literally just enough time for you to swap into another character and use a skill, whether it be their burst or their elemental skill. And you're gonna get like 10 seconds if you do it correctly. If you're like walking around or whatever, that 10 seconds is very precious. Now that 10 seconds is long, but worn off now. But it's enough for us to just kill the whole thing. I mean, we didn't drop meteors, we didn't use albedo ult, we just kind of like started with full burst gauge, killed it in full burst gauge. But here's the problem with this set though, is it's 10 seconds of that buff. So if you've been playing with Noelle, especially if you have Constellation 6, which I know a lot of people aim for, They aim for it because of the additional 50% attack from your defense. But on top of that, when you kill somebody, it extends the duration of your elemental burst by up to 10 more seconds, which makes her very, very strong in AoE circumstances, because it'll take up your burst from a 15-second duration all the way up to a 25-second duration. If you kill 10 guys, 10 plus 15, that's 25. Welcome to school today, ladies and gentlemen. And here's why this is kind of like, I don't like it, right? It's very conditional, 10 seconds only. I do love this set, still the best on her retracing bolide. Yes, it is a conditional, but if you're using Noelle, she generates her own shield with her E, very lengthy cooldown, but this also counts geo crystallization shields. And if you have Zhongli in your team as well, you're gonna have like two shields with Noelle crystallization shields and her own E. And then on top of that, if you have all Beidou that can generate crystallization shields as well, you can also use Zhongli for that giant one, and this is going to be up 100% of the time. You're going to be tankier from the shield strength, the 18% attack. Yeah, it's like 100 attack or whatever, that's fine, but this is gonna make you super tanky. You're gonna be like a god tank Noelle, and you don't have this 10 seconds to 50%. You're gonna have like forever 40%, which is super awesome. Now, if you want to meme around with an Albedo meme dream team, the new Shimenawa's Reminiscent set does do 50% plunging attack damage, and you can get some nice memes with that. Or if you're doing Dragon Strike, if you're that good, you're a god at Dragon Strike. I haven't done that in a while, actually. I love Dragon Strike. Then this is also something to think about, right? 50% plunging attack damage on a Dragon Strike for a character who's gonna have huge attack. Like, what does my attack go to when I pop this thing? Let's see. I would have Noblesse, and then I would pop this. Oh, I don't have stacks. I don't have stacks on White Blind. It should be like 5k, not 4.1. I need White Blind stacks. All right, so what's my attack? 4,956. Sorry, it's almost 5k. It's almost 5k attack there without any food or item buffs in any way, shape, or form. I think the set that I used to use, probably will go back to, has like 5,000 something, because I just have better stats on this set here, more defense percent, more attack percent, all that good stuff there. And if you're brand new to the game, you're trying to make her like your sub healer, right, as well, don't use the set, because if you don't have all of these little pieces of the puzzle put together, every time you use your E, you're going to drain your elemental burst, which means you're going to be trying to heal all the time, but you're never going to get your elemental burst off. Only use this set with the new Electro main character, guys. Have a good one out there. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.